Now, guess what? People don't know this and they don't realize this, but people do judge books by their cover when it comes to social media. And what I mean by that is your graphics. In order to get more leads from your content, you need killer content. Okay. And so these are called mock-up graphics in Canva. Have you ever seen a digital product and it looks like a book, or it looks like you're getting a box in the mail and it's just digital? This is a mock-up. So I've asked our creative director, she's the master of marketing, she's the brains behind the brand, to do a special tutorial for you on showing you how you can get more leads with better Canva mockups. Let's dive in.
Welcome back to the Goal Digger Girl channel. My name is Abby Asensio and I am the creative director. And really quickly, before I get started, did you know that this is our 4th episode for our Canva series? It is. So if you haven't seen those other episodes, please stop what you're doing right now and go check them out. Or watch this one first and then go check them out. So I'm going to jump right in because we have a lot to cover today. So if you're out here trying to grow your email list, or maybe fill your DMs with hot leads, right? Or maybe you just want to get more eyeballs on your offers, this video is going to be a total game changer for you. Because here's the truth. We all know that your lead magnet is amazing, right? It could have the most life-changing tips, an entire strategy. Overall, it can be a gorgeous workbook. Everything inside is amazing. But if the graphic that introduces it doesn't instantly scream value, most people are just going to keep on scrolling, which is what we want to avoid. Your mock-up is literally the first impression of your offer. Think of it as the packaging for a product, any product. You could be offering the most fire freebie on the internet, but if your design doesn't catch people's attention and show value, people are not going to opt in. So this is where this tutorial comes in. I'm going to show you how to take even the simplest offer, like a 10-page workbook, let's say that, okay, and turn it into a mock-up that looks like a whole dang course in a box, I promise. And just to be clear, I want to make this note. I am not saying that we're going to be out here trying to deceive people. This isn't about fluffing things up or tricking anybody. It isn't. This is about packaging your brilliance in a way that truly reflects the value inside of your freebie. Because if you've poured your heart, your strategy, your tools, and your tips into this workbook, it deserves to be showcased in a way that feels premium, elite, okay? So you're not just handing over a PDF, you're delivering a transformation, and your audience needs to visually feel that from the jump. So we're going to make it look robust, professional, and packed with value, okay? Because it is, right? So we're just going to level up the way that you present it so that your dream client stops scrolling and starts downloading right away. So if you've been posting mockups that look kind of meh or don't really convert, then I'm sure you are ready for your content to start working for you. And this tutorial is going to walk you through exactly how I do it step by step inside of Canva. We are only going to work in Canva today, okay? So let's dive in. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you exactly how to build a lead magnet graphic that turns heads and starts boosting up those signups. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to show you was one of our lead magnets that we used to have called Brand to Bankroll. It is a workbook that consists of about 20-ish pages. Now, some of the lead magnets that we offer nowadays, they consist of Trello boards with spreadsheets and workbooks and other things, right? So I purposely wanted to choose a lead magnet that was more on the simpler side, such as just 20 pages, because I don't want you to think that if your lead magnet does only consist of 20 pages, that you are not going to be able to create a mock-up that looks robust and valuable and just eye-catching. I truly believe that even if your lead magnet is 20 pages long, 10 pages, 15 pages, that it can still offer massive value, such as this one. Because even though it only has 20 pages, I can guarantee you that whoever reads this is going to get massive amount of value. They will learn a lot of great things to be able to apply to their brand and start making money in a heartbeat because it was taught by Kimberly. Okay. There are thousands and thousands of books out there about branding. But this one is unique, even though it's 20 pages. This one is unique because this was written by her. These are her own unique strategies that have worked for her to make money right away. It has her wheel of branding, something that you won't be able to find anywhere else. So that is how we're going to present it to the world. This is why we need to find a way through that mockup to show people that, yes, it's 20 pages, but the massive amount of value that you are going to get from this, it's like no other. So the first thing that we're going to do is download this entire workbook, every single page, but we're not going to download as a PDF. We are going to download as JPEG. So I'm going to go to share. I'm going to click on download. And then it's already on JPEG, so that's good. And then I'm going to change the size to just a little bit bigger. And then pages 1 through 22, that's good. And I'm just going to download. Okay, so next, I'm going to open up a brand new graphic. It's going to be a square size 1080 by 1080. And I purposely wanted to start from scratch because I want to show you how easy it is. Even though there are many resources out there, including within Canva, so that you don't have to start from scratch to have a bunch of templates. But like I said, I purposely wanted to start with a brand new blank sheet so I can show you how easy it is. So the first thing we want to do is add a workbook in here, that like a small little workbook showing multiple pages. So we need to upload our workbook that we just downloaded, which I did. It's already right here. Every single individual page as an image. So all I did was go to upload files, and I had it ready over here. And I just highlighted every single one, clicked on open, and they all uploaded. Next, we're going to go to elements, and we're going to go to the search elements, and I'm going to type in frame. And I'm going to click on this square one, and I'm going to change it to be more of a paper size, like an 8 by 11 size. So I'm going to eyeball it right here. This kind of looks like a workbook. And I'm going to make it smaller because we are going to want to fit a bunch of other stuff around it. So I'm going to add it towards the middle. That's going to be my cover. So now I'm going to actually insert the cover right now so we can make sure it fits. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to grab the cover and drag it in. And I think that's perfect because nothing is getting cut off. So that's really, really good. Okay, so now that we have this one, I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to highlight it and click on this button right here. And now we have another one, and I want to put it towards the back. So I'm going to put it where I want to place it and right click, layer, and I'm going to throw it to the back. And I think that's a good position to put it in. So I'm going to multiply another one. Whatever we do to one side, we're going to do to the other. So I'm going to duplicate this one. And that should be decent. Now, once I have it on this side, I'm going to right click, layer, and throw it back. But I really want these two images in the back to be very centered. So now that I have them both, I'm going to highlight them both, and I'm going to make sure the line comes up. There you go. So now it's centered. So I just wanted to make sure that the pictures in the back were aligned properly. So now that they are, I'm going to duplicate again. Now that I have both of them highlighted, I'm just going to duplicate again. So now we have more. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to throw this one to the back. And I want to position it going downward. So instead of going up this way, I want to make sure it goes down. So I'm just going to make a few changes really quickly. So I'm just going to do the same thing. Highlight these two, and I want to make sure they're both aligned. There we go. So I'm going to throw this one to the back, this one to the back. Highlight both of them and make sure they're both aligned, which is right there. There we go. And let's do one more. Let's see how one more looks. So I'm going to duplicate this one, throw it to the back. Go this way. And then another page for this side, throw it to the back. And highlight both of them so they're both aligned properly, which is right. It's a little harder to get. Let's see. Maybe because they weren't aligned properly there. Let's see. There we go. But I just want them higher. Okay. So that's going to be our workbook. So right now I'm going to go to uploads where I uploaded all of my images, all my pages. And I'm just going to choose 6 of them to insert to these pages. So here I recommend that you choose a variety so that your audience can see all the different things that you're going to be offering in your book. So let's just grab this one. Let's grab this one. Let's grab this one over here. And I always try to balance it as in here. So let's say I want to put one of these covers for each chapter, and we put a cover here. I feel like it wouldn't balance because this is a chapter all pink and this is a white page. So I always recommend that you balance it out. So I'm going to add a white here. And then at the bottom one, I will add a chapter 1, and then I'll make sure that whatever I do to this side, I do to the other side. So I'm going to add chapter 4 on this side. So now it kind of looks more balanced because this first page has some type of like graphic right here. And this one has a graphic. This one is all white. This one is all white. Okay, now here, I recommend that you don't show too much of the content that's inside because people can be sneaky. They can always zoom in and say, oh, okay, I can see what's already being offered. So I feel like the placement of these pages is revealing too much. So I'm just going to move them in more. We don't want to reveal too much at all. So let's see, that one should be good right there. And then, hold on, I just want to move this one. So that should be good. Let's see. So now I'm going to move this one. I'm going to make sure they're aligned. I just want to move them in closer first. That should be good. I do want this workbook to be wider without having to show too much. So this is a part where you can just kind of play with it. Whatever you prefer. I'm going to leave it as is, except I'm going to add more pages. So okay, so that's ready to go. I'm just going to add, I want to say two pages on each side. So what I did here was highlight both of these and click on this icon to duplicate. And then I'm going to throw them to the back. And that should be good right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to get these two, highlight these two, click on the icon, and then throw them to the back. And let's see, there we go. Perfect. So now we have our workbook. I'm going to move it up so that we can have space to add other things. Next, I want to add like a laptop on this side. So I'm going to go to apps. I'm going to click on in the search box. And I'm going to type in mockups and just click enter. And it's going to be this very first one of this little notebook. And then here it gives you a bunch of options. And I will tell you this, when Canva first came out, their options were not very good. I used to pay for a subscription to, I believe it was, oh, you know what? I have it right here. Let me pull it up. Because it's still a very good platform. Place it. But when I noticed that Canva upgraded their mockups, I totally canceled Place It. So I will tell you that little secret. Okay, so I'm going to go to computers right here and see all. And I'm going to choose the one that I like. So preferably I'm looking for one like this, the one that doesn't have an image. So I'm just going to click on this one. And now we have to figure out what we're going to put inside of it. So I want to show maybe one of the graphics because the graphics look really good. Graphics look good because it's something different than just maybe showing the white page where it's just writing, right? So let's go to uploads and let's choose this one. So I'm just going to drag it and put it inside of the screen. And now I do want to kind of align this better. So I'm going to double click on it. And here, I don't want the sides to show the pink on this side. So I'm going to drag it down, grab this dot and kind of pull it out. So that isn't showing. I went too far. Let me go back a little bit. I just don't want the pink to show. I think we're good right there. So I just have to find a way. I think that should be good right there where it says 5 tips and it's showing the first 3. Just want to make sure. There we go. And now we're going to apply changes. Perfect. Okay. And this is a good one. So if you are going to choose a tablet or laptop and you're going to place it on the left, make sure it's facing the left. We want to make sure that everything is focused in towards the middle. Everything is facing the middle. So this one is facing the middle. Now we have to find something to balance it out with something similar to size. You can even choose the same laptop just facing the right side now. I'm sorry, facing the left side now. Or I am going to choose a laptop, but it's going to be facing forward. So I'll show you next. So I'm going to go back to my Mockups app and I'm going to go back to computers and I want to find a laptop that's facing forward. Again, preferably without the image in the background. This one looks good. Okay, so I want to make sure it's somewhat the same size. I want to place it on this side. And now, what are we going to put inside? To balance it out, I think I'm going to add another graphic. Let's see. I'm going to go to uploads and I can either choose this type of graphic or this one. I think I'm going to choose this one. Let's see how that looks. Okay. And now I don't like that it's cutting off and I don't like the pink. So I'm going to double click again. I'm going to pull this out just a bit. All right. And now let's see. I'm going to show the first three. And let me pull this out a little bit. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to show the first three and maybe the paragraph at the top. So I'm going to apply changes and that looks good. So I definitely recommend that you play around with it so that nothing looks too cut off. Like I understand if some things do get cut off, but this one, we were able to fix it so that it looks clean, so that it looks professional. Next, I want to add maybe like a tablet so that we can add like a cover, like a chapter cover in there. So I'm going to go to Mockups again. I'm going to go to computers, or no, I think there's one for tablets. Yeah, tablets and TVs. So again, preferably I'm looking for something without the background image, but I want to place it here. So I kind of want it facing the right side. And that's it. We don't have anything without a background image that's facing the right side. This one is facing forward. So I'm going to show you a trick on how we can make it happen. So I'm going to click here to add a page. And I saw this one. I like this one. So I'm going to make it big. And I'm going to go over to upload. I'm going to drag a cover for a chapter. And I want to insert a cover to a chapter. And I like this one. Chapter 2 says content strategy. A lot of people struggle with their content. So I think that them seeing this is a good thing to show them. So I'm just going to double click because it's getting cut off here, our logo. And I'm just going to pull it down a little bit. I think that should be good right there. And I'm going to apply. Perfect. So they can see our logo, chapter 2, content strategy. That is amazing. So now I'm going to download this image right now, just page 2. And I'm going to download it as JPEG, make it a little bit bigger and only the current page. So I'm going to download. And now once it downloads, I'm going to go to upload, which we are already here. I'm just going to go all the way up. Click on the one that we just downloaded, which is this one. So it's going to upload right here. And I'm going to click on it and I'm going to delete the one in the background. We don't need that one anymore. So now this one, I'm going to make sure it's highlighted and then I'm going to go to background remover so that it can remove everything. Awesome. So now we can do one or the other. So first we can just move this in so that it can delete what we don't want. Okay. Or let me go back. You can click on background remover again. And then with the brush size, delete anything you want. Like this. Okay, and then click on the X. And then we are good to go. I'm just going to get rid of all that empty space. Perfect. And now we're just going to grab and I'm going to drag it up here. Ooh, sorry. Let's see. Perfect. So now I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller because it's supposed to be a tablet. And I'm going to put it right there. Let's see how that looks for now. This is kind of just eyeballing it because toward the end, once we have all of our elements, we'll be able to move things around, play with it, and add other fun things.
Whoa. I have to interrupt this episode to tell you something so exciting that I've been working on behind the scenes to set you up for success this year. And that is the ultimate content Trello board collection. So inside of this collection, I've created 3 brand new Trello boards. You're going to get the mega social media planner so you can plan all of your social media content in one place. You're also going to get the board that's full of content ideas that monetize all kinds of different niches and industries. And finally, you're going to get the social media content bank. When you go to create content, you need a place to draw from to pull that content out so you can quickly create and keep on moving. So look below this video for this gift for you so you can totally crush it this year.
Next, I want to add tablets, but standing up vertical so that we can place it somewhere around here, just to fill up that hole right there. And then I always do start with like bigger to small. So this workbook is going to be like the biggest mock-up, then something, you know, the laptop, the tablet, they're smaller gadgets. And then eventually we're going to get to like the phones. So, and then the workbooks, like laying flat. So first, let's go to tablets. So we're going to go back to elements. We're going to go back to mockups. And then we're going to go to computers. No, we're going to go to tablets. And then I did see one standing up. Perfect. This one. Okay, so this one's going to be pretty easy. So for this one, I'm going to go to uploads. And I want to just show some white pages. Nothing too detailed. And then I'm going to duplicate this and add another white page. Okay, so now I'm going to pull them up here. So we can either place them as they are right now or this way. Let's see what looks better. We have to also check the size. So I'm just going to highlight both of them and then drag up here, which is clearly way too big. So I'm just going to make them smaller. Plus they're tablets, right? So they're supposed to be smaller. I think that should be good. I'm going to move the laptop a little bit more. Highlight both of these. And with my keyboard, I'm just going to click on the arrow to slide them over just a bit. And I think I want the tablet, this one with the keyboard, to be on top of this tablet. So I'm just going to right click, layer, and throw it to the front. Yeah, I think that's what I want. And maybe push this one more downward. Okay, we'll see if that's going to be the final one. Okay, so next, we're going to add in a workbook somewhere around here. Okay, so let's go to mockups again, and we're going to go down to print. See y'all. Let's see. I want something at an angle, but facing, because it's going to go this way or this spot right here, I want it to almost be facing toward the middle. So it's going to have to be facing again toward the left side. This one looks somewhat good, except it's too thick. It looks more like a book and not a workbook. I really like this one because it's very flat. I think it would be perfect to put somewhere around here. And it's thin, so it's perfect, but we have to remove the background. So I'm going to click on add a page. I'm going to drag this down and we're going to do the same exact thing that we did last time. I'm going to make this big, and this is the cover. So all we have to do is go to uploads and grab the cover and drag it. That's perfect. Okay, so now we're going to download page 2. And we're going to upload it again. And I'm going to delete this one and click on our new one. Click on remove background. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, So I'm going to get rid of all this empty space really quickly. And I'm going to drag this up here. This is amazing. Okay, so I want to place it somewhere around here, but I want to make 2. Awesome. Perfect. And now the last thing we're going to add is a few phones. So let's go to Mockups to see what Canva has to offer. And smartphones. I have a feeling they're going to have a lot. They do. Okay, so let's play around with some different angles rather than using one that's just facing forward. So I really like this one. I like this one. Let's click out of there and go back to phones. So for the next 2, I think I'm just going to choose the facing forward. So I'm going to make these smaller. And I'm going to duplicate this one because I want 2 of this. So I want to put this one toward the front. And this one, I'm going to curve it. So just something like that. That looks good. Now we just have to make them smaller because these are way too big. Let's see, I'm going to make these smaller first. I think that's good size right there. And then this one, make it smaller. I'm going to move them over just a tad bit right there. But either way, we'll play with the final placement toward the end. Okay, so now we're going to insert some of our pages. We're going to go to Uploads. And for this part, you can just choose whatever you want without revealing too much. So I'm just going to add the table of contents right here. I'm going to add another chapter cover. And, or you know what, here it's getting kind of cut off. So I saw this one. This one only has 1 word because this one that I used was chapter 4 Hot Prospect and it's getting cut off. So if I use closing, it's only 1 word. Perfect. So this one looks like it was made for the phone. Nothing is getting cut off. Perfect. Okay, so then for this one, I'm just going to change it to be a white one. Now, the only thing that I'm going to change right now is the cover, or I'm going to insert the cover in here because we kind of like a balancing thing. So we have a cover on each side. So we have one in the middle, we have one on the right, and we have one on the left. So it makes it stand out more. Okay, so now we get to play with the final placement of each one. So this one, I feel like this space right here, I don't like that space. So we're going to get rid of it by just highlighting all of this and bringing it down. I'm just clicking on the down button on my keyboard just to kind of get rid of it, which is good right there. Perfect. And for me, everything else looks great as far as placements, but we do still have some empty spaces right here. This one, and this one right here, right? So, and possibly here. So we're going to add some fun elements now. I'm going to go to photos. Now this does have to do with money. So with the workbook being called Brand to Bankroll, I want to put some like money related elements. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to look for money jar. I want to look for something a little bit hot, like at a vertical angle right here, just to kind of fill this up. Something the size that will fill from here to here. So I like this money jar right here. It doesn't have the background, which is good. It's doing the job for us. I'm going to make it smaller and I'm just going to place it right there. And now here to fill up this little empty space, I'm going to go over to look for coins. And I'm just going to grab this first one right here, I think. Let's see if there's anything else. I don't like going too far down because then it gets extremely overwhelming with all of the different options. So I'm just going to click on this one. This one looks good. And it has a background, so I'm just going to remove that. And perfect. So I'm just going to make this smaller. And I want to place it somewhere. I might have to create 2 of them because I want to place it somewhere here. And I'm going to push this to the front. That looks decent. I'm going to grab it and pull it down a little bit. And just so it looks like we have more coins toward the side and the back, I'm going to duplicate this and just kind of place it there and bring the jar back to the front. And that's good for me right there. Okay. Now this little one is bothering me, but we're not gonna do anything with it. Or maybe we can, let's see. No, let's just leave it there. But again, you can always play with it because you can always do more coins going toward here. So let's see if I duplicate this one. I like that single coin right there. So let's get rid of everything else. This is just a little trick. So now I have that single coin, which I can put here and then duplicate it as much as I'd like and kind of place it all over. And then it looks like it's just kind of dragging. There we go. Perfect. That's cool. Okay, so next here, this side, we need to find something to put in here. I feel like I'd like to put like a pink wallet of some kind with like maybe money coming out of it, something, because I feel like it would go amazing with our brand. But I feel like a wallet or a purse here would be too big. So I'm going to grab this here, these two books, and I'm going to slide them over so they can be in the middle. Because, of course, I want that to be the main focus, right? So now I want to find something to go behind this money jar. So I'm going to go to search, and I'm just going to literally type in pink money to see what comes up. And let's look to see if anything. I already like this one, but it's getting cut off, and I don't like that. And this one is getting cut off too much, the bottom of it. This one looks nice, except it's not really our pink. Our pink is way lighter, which this one would work, but it's getting cut off. So I think this one would be great. It's not as big as I wanted it. It's also not a purse, but let's just play with it, see what happens. So I'm going to remove the background. I'm going to tilt it to the side a little bit. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. That looks decent right there. And I'm going to put all of this toward the front. All of that. Let me get rid of this empty space. See what happens if I put all of this toward the front. I really like it there. Maybe not so much. Perfect. The coin is bothering me now that it's like on top of the wallet. I don't think it makes sense there. So I'm just going to push this down a little bit. Yeah, perfect. Let's just leave it there. Okay. Okay. Now this, I don't want to add more stuff here because then I feel like it's too much. So a few things. Now that I'm looking at it from far away, a few things. This feels like it's too big. The money and the wallet and all that stuff. So I'm just going to make it a bit smaller. And then bring this up. And then these two, I'm going to make sure it fits there to get rid of that empty space. So I don't have to put anything else. Perfect. And this seems too empty here. I don't want to put too many elements. Too many elements is not good either. So I'm just going to push this here. This way, I don't have to add anything there. This way, now I just have to find something to put somewhere around here. And I'm just going to find some money. I'm just going to keep it simple. And I want to see if I can find like a stack of money. So I'm going to get rid of the word pink. And okay, I think the first one should be perfect, actually. So I'm going to click on it and it already came out small, which is perfect. So I'm just going to put it right there. There we go. That is our final Canva mockup. Now, a few things. We still have this empty space up here, which we really cannot add any elements such as these because this is kind of giving you the impression that there's like a table, right? And everything is laying on the table. So we can't put an element here because that would mean it's floating on air and that would just look a little weird. So we are going to add a sign. So we're going to go to elements and I'm going to click X so we can get rid of the frames. And I'm going to go to shapes, see all. And I'm just going to choose this one. this one looks good. I'm just going to make it small, enough to kind of fit that empty space. And I'm going to turn this into pink, our branding color. That looks better, way better. So perfect. Now that completes our mockup. This is it right here. And this was for a lead magnet that only had 20 pages worth of value. The final step would be for you to find the words, the copy that you're going to add to your graphic to get rid of this empty space up here and this empty space right here. Plus you have to put something inside of your sign. And here it is. I added the title of the workbook, Brand to Bankroll Guide. I added a subtitle featuring my brand new exclusive Lady Boss blueprint. In this empty space, I added our logo. And in here, I did make our sign a little bit bigger so it can fill up more of the empty space. And then I added 20 plus page guide. And then at the bottom, I added a slogan, turn your brand into your biggest income stream. Now you have everything that you need to turn a basic looking mock-up into something that actually stops the scroll and screams value. And remember, it's not about being extra for the sake of it. It's about visually showing off everything that you've poured into your lead magnet, all right? People cannot crave what they can't see. So we need to help them see it so they can snatch it. If you found these tips helpful and you love this tutorial and you're like, oh my God, I need more of that energy, please make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, let me know which tip helped you the most. And don't forget to subscribe. We have new videos coming out every Wednesday and Friday. And please come back because I have more trainings for you, more tips, more ways to help you create impressive Canva graphics without having to have all those years of experience. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
I told you it was going to be awesome. Is she not a legend? I swear to you, every time I talk to her, I learn more and more and more. And I'm so grateful for what she does for our community, for our brand, and now for you. So you want to implement, you want to take action and make sure that you're making the most of this content. Speaking of content, we have the Content Boss Bootcamp happening right now. Why are you not in it? Oh, you are? Okay, that's good then. If you're not, look below the video, get yourself registered. We just started. You can binge the replays, learn all the things. I'm going to teach you how to monetize your brand like a boss. So get yourself in there. Make sure you subscribe if this was helpful so you don't miss any videos. And also just really grateful to have you here. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire.